This is insanely under the radar, and like you guys might not even know what this is.
I didn't know what this was.
Let's jump right into it. So we want to give you guys what you want. We want to show you the goods. So we're gonna roll right into some new arrivals, some of our favorites that have come in recently. So we're gonna kick it off. I'm gonna go first, and I mean, of course, if you know me, if you've seen any of these shows, you know that, of course, the brand that I'm gonna go with is Cartier. It just so happened that we have an insane Cartier that is gonna be hitting the site really soon. This is the Cartier Tank Chinoise. This is part of the Privé line that Cartier obviously brought back, you know, a few years ago. This is their release from 2022. You know, it's insane. Like, you know, the original Tank Chinoise was from, I believe it was 1922 was the original. So then they re-released the model 100 years later in 2022. And Rob, I'm gonna pass this over to you so that you can get it nice and tight to the camera to kind of show it off. They made a couple different models. They made a standard model that was available in yellow gold, rose gold, and platinum. Each one, you know, was limited, like all the new Privé stuff is, to 150 pieces. And then they also made 3 skeletonized models. This is the platinum version, limited edition of only 100 pieces. It's, you know, they had to rework the movement so that they could, you know, do what they wanted to do with those exposed pieces that are fully lacquered with that blue and red lacquer. It's just a really absolutely gorgeous watch.
Wow, and look at the back.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And this movement was actually developed specifically for this case to begin with, you know, for the Tank Chinoise. And, you know, retail was around 75K. It's a 39 mil watch, 39 and a half by like 29 mil. So it's kind of hard to always—
39 top to bottom.
Exactly. I always have a hard time
length,
wrapping my head around
width.
rectangular watches, how, you know, how they, what the dimensions are. But it, you know, the photos that we're showing, that's it on my wrist. I have about a 6.5 inch wrist, so on the smaller side, and it wears beautifully. It's just, it's a stunner. Like, you get that high polish, you get that brush texture. It really did an amazing job of paying tribute to the original Tank Chinoise, but also updating it. Like, clearly, it's so, I don't know, it's just so elegant and beautiful. You know, you got that ruby cabochon. Like, it's Cartier at its best, in my opinion. It's really, really incredible.
That looks stunning. And I love how you can see just enough of the movement going behind all the decoration and stuff there to know that it's running and to get that feel of a true skeleton, when it's almost something in between, like a skeleton and having a dial. Because the art of the dial is just as compelling as the movement underneath of it. Then you flip it over and it's amazing on the back too. So
killer piece. Keep an eye out on that for that one on our website, probably within the next week.
I like
that.
What
are you going with, Rob, for your first pick?
I want to start with a house favorite brand here at European Watch Company, which is Blancpain. And this is an incredible 8 days with an enamel dial. And this is the kind of watch where I look at this and I can't believe that this is on the web for $20,000.
Yeah, 19.9, just under.
This is a true black enamel dial, and you can see how glossy and deep and rich and gorgeous this thing is. There's even at the very bottom, there's these 2 little Blancpain bees that are kind of set into the enamel the way that, like, you see like the hidden signatures on the breguets and things like that. And it is really stunning. And then if you flip it over, it becomes even more impressive because we're looking at an 8-day manual wind movement from manufacturer Blancpain. This was originally found only in the Le Brassus collection, where they did it in that platinum 8-day, and then they moved it out into some of the more standard series, like this one, which I believe is from 2022. And it's just...
These are always so impressive to me because, like you're saying, you know, if you didn't tell someone what brand this watch was, what model it was, if you just listed off all of the characteristics, that, you know, the components of this watch, from 8-day manual wind movement, you know, the gorgeous black enamel dial, like the rose gold case, you know, yeah, the movement, the action on the movement is insane.
It feels like winding a pocket watch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
But again, if you just started listing off the characteristics of this watch, you know, somebody would not, you wouldn't be crazy if you said, oh, I think a watch with all of those features is $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. And Blancpain, for better and for worse, like, it just doesn't get the same attention that other brands do. It's always kind of flown under the radar. one thing that we love, we always talk about is that like I don't know if I've ever seen a Blancpain outside of maybe the 50 fathoms with a 4-digit serial number.
Yeah.
They're almost always in 3 digits, so under 1,000 pieces. It's just low production, super high quality, and like a ton of watch for the money. It's
a
killer.
Smaller company than most people think.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like it's a lot lower production than a lot of people think. And I think when you handle them, especially, like you realize how well the continuity of design is. Like it really flows through. The case shape is perfect. The case size is perfect. Like I love the double steps on the bezel. And you look at the movement in the back, they made it as tight as they possibly could. It's not like there's a ton of extra space. It's not like they made it big for the sake of making it big. It had to be this. Nice double fold, spring-loaded deploy. Like there's nothing I don't like about this watch.
Yeah, killer. Robert, I feel like you picked like under the radar, super cool special, and I just like as usual was like, I want the craziest thing that I can find in here. So
but this is under the radar.
This is insanely under the radar, and like you guys might not even know what this is.
I didn't know what this was.
To be honest, until I bought this piece from a very good client of mine, good friend, I had never even heard of this watch. So this is a Beyer Rattrapante. Rob, I'm gonna pass it off so that we can get a nice tight shot. This is super, super, super rare. Like less than a dozen pieces made. So this was made in 1982 by legendary, Swiss retailer Beyer. And they created a small batch, like I said, no one really knows for sure. There's not clear record, but it seems to be less than a dozen as gifts for Beyer staff, friends, and family.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, I've seen watches that are co-branded with Beyer, but I've never seen singularly branded
This
Beyer.
is branded Beyer, period.
Yeah.
So, and if you're not familiar, so Beyer is the oldest continually running watch boutique in the world, based in Zurich. They're currently run by the 8th generation of the Beyer family. They first opened as a watch retailer in 1760. That's 5 years after Vacheron started operation.
Were they selling like original Breguets?
Yeah, exactly. Like Abraham Louis was dropping watches off or something. But insanely rare. So you get a 37 millimeter yellow gold case with that champagne dial. You get date, Moonphase, and that split-second Rattrapante complication, and it's powered by a Venus caliber 179 movement. So legendary, super high quality movement that just, by sheer virtue of the Beyer family being as established as they are, being in business for as long, having all of the relationships in the industry that they obviously built up over, which it's insane, but centuries of operation. It was the previous generation, so it was the father of the current kids who are running it right now. I can't remember what his name was, but this was like his passion project that he created back in the early 80s.
This case is incredible,
yeah,
too.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
This bezel is like, it's the Chrysler building on your wrist. I mean, this is Art Deco to the max. This is so lovely. And it's sharp.
This is a gorgeous example. Really, really sharp piece. Yeah. It's got that old kind of like,
it's so good,
almost vintagey feel to it when you wind it.
I want to push the buttons, but you poise the hands so
I was going to say, I have it all set for the camera, Rob. Please don't mess with it. But yeah, no, insane piece. Like, this is one that, like, first of all, I doubt, unless this one comes back to us after we sell it, I have I don't expect to ever see one ever again. Again, we didn't even know that it existed. Like, I had to do I went on like a deep dive to find information on it because again, I had no idea that this had been created, but it's really special. It's really pretty in person. I really it's 1982, but it doesn't feel dated at all.
It feels like it's from the 50s, actually. It feels like it's
timeless.
A 1950s or an early 60s watch or something. It doesn't feel like an 80s watch, because the 80s were kind of dark for watches.
Well, that's the thing. 82 was like peak quartz crisis, essentially. So they created something really special using those, those Venus movements and everything. So,
all right,
killer piece.
Can't have a show without a Panerai. I physically can't do it.
He's not able.
I will be in pain.
We've tried.
So I wanted to pull out this specific Radiomir because it looks fairly standard from the outside, but it's actually quite a unique watch. So this is a 47 mil titanium case but it doesn't wear like some of the other historics where it's got the big bulky 3-day movement in it, which makes it really thick. This sits nice and flush to the wrist, and this has the Minerva caliber in it, which to me is very, very cool. Minerva, back before they were bought by Montblanc, they were a titan of movement making, and some of those like mono pusher chronographs and things like that.
Well, I mean, that's what they're known for.
Are also legendary movements. But this, to me, this is such a great looking movement. I love the way they finished this off, and it's like, it's not, you know, super skeletonized, super crazy, but it's just enough to be interesting. Beautiful, bold striping.
Rob,
on there.
no shots at Panerai, but this is probably the first Panerai with a display back that we've had that I have actually thought was warranted. Like,
I mean,
again, no shots at Panerai. I actually very much like them as well. I love the aesthetic. They're too big for me, but I love the aesthetic. But like, for real, like, it's gorgeous decoration. It's a really like stunning movement. It's very cool that it. Well, you go ahead.
And if you look just inside, you can see it almost looks like the inside, like a Rolex case back on the inside of the watch around the dial there, because it's got the keyed indentations all along the inside, and it's the subtlest of details.
It makes all the difference, though.
So cool, but because that with the gold hands and then titanium case, and the 47 doesn't feel so bad because it's wire lugs.
Right.
So really, the watch stops at 47, top to bottom, side to side. And so this is super wearable. Like, I would even wear this as I'm dressed right now with, you know, a jacket and shirt sleeves, because this would go under the cuff. And it's just, it's one of those cool, you know, niche, little, hard to find Panerais that to me is very cool. And they've never done anything similar since.
I was gonna say, Rob, do you know roughly when this watch was made, when it came out?
Oh, I don't remember the year.
I'm just trying to like place it kind of in the, you know, the world of Panerai, like in my head, because I don't remember when this came out. I don't remember
the number on it,
how this came about, what the relationship was between Minerva and Panerai, like what happened, but I'm glad it exists. It's super cool.
I think it's a K serial, which would make it like,
oh my God, you're such a Panerai
6, something like that. So it's probably a 20-year-old watch.
Cool watch, super cool watch. That one is available right now for $22,500 on our website. That's a killer one. Like,
it's so cool, and I think it's a nice full set too. So which is cool, because if you're buying something collectible like that, that's, you know, a niche LE, you want to have this.
Totally, 100% agree.
I think we squeeze in your last one because
we have to.
We have to.
We have to.
We have to.
So this is a piece unique 3970 2R Patek. If you're familiar with piece unique Pateks, you'll know the name Michael Ovitz. And this is an Ovitz commission. Rob, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this off so that you can go ahead and show it off. But anyways, this is a 3970, rose gold 3970 on a rose gold woven mesh bracelet, integrated woven mesh bracelet with a sunburst brown dial, a Breguet 12. You get rose gold studs and luminous pips, luminous hands, and then you have, down at 6 o'clock, Michael Ovitz monogram, MOS. So if you don't know kind of the backstory of this watch, Ovitz was like a legendary Hollywood agent. He was the former president of Disney. He founded CAA, which was like a talent representation, you know, agency. You know, he repped Spielberg, Tom Cruise, Dustin Hoffman, like a bunch of big names. He, I think it was the early 2000s, he worked with Patek essentially to create a whole bunch of some of the craziest, coolest one-off piece unique commissions that I have ever seen. We've seen a few other Ovitz pieces over the years. We have a few others that are coming soon. This one blew my mind when I first saw it. This thing is completely insane. Obviously, 3970 is like Grail watch to begin with, but then when you put it in rose gold with a brown dial, all these like little details that put it over the top.
This is so different though. This almost isn't even a 3970 to me anymore, because like not having the lugs on it the way that changes the profile of this watch is really interesting. And this dial is so incredibly dynamic. Like it goes from this really deep chocolate brown to like a bright champagne almost.
Like,
and then the Breguet 12, the pips, the scale.
Luminous hands, dude, on a 3970. Like, come on.
This thing, and this is an old school cut to fit bracelet. This has never been cut. This has never been worn. This is a unicorn.
Yeah. This, I mean, it's a piece unique Patek, like, you know, piece unique Grand Comp Patek. I don't even know what to say about it. I would sell a kidney for that watch. I don't think my kidney is worth enough for me to get that watch. I'd sell one of mine and one of Rob's. How about that?
Oh, that'd be worse.
But like, just unbelievable piece. That's coming soon to our website as well. Keep an eye out on it. We're gonna have, you know, some pretty incredible photography on our Instagram page, on the website. So look out for that stuff. Rob,
cool watch.
Do you want to move on or?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we gotta keep it moving. I think it is time for the news.
Okay. So we want to talk about Geneva Watch Days.